All right. So I'm probably not gonna make Banban theories like a main thing on this channel. There was just one thing about the Banban universe that I did find interesting, and that was which case number is applied to which character. That's one thing I do find interesting because it kind of can tell you like the characters and the order in which they're put in. Uh, and I got all this information from the Banban wiki, and I know that's like infamously scattered. Uh, but from what I understand, a lot of these characters are just kind of like we kind of know where they are based on little clues about the uh like because there's ones that say this is case blank, uh this is its properties, this is its nickname. So doing that, you can kind of apply that to basically every single character that's listed here. One thing is, the wiki did say Slow Celine was case 11. I don't know if that's true, and the reason I don't know is just because it's the reason I don't uh know is because we don't have a case 11 um note listed on the wiki. But I would be willing to believe case 11 is Slow Celine because she's nearby Sheriff Toadster and Nab Nab. You got Nab Nab, Sheriff Toadster, and then you have the Pillar Bird, and then it would make sense given the game she was put in. So I could believe that. Um, Now, here's the thing. This video is basically entirely speculation, but I do think this will be interesting. So, um, one interesting thing: Banban, he's the main character. Syringian was the main character of Part 7, and there's a lot of interesting stuff about Syringian. First of all, he likes to create his own characters out of Javanium, and that's why he has the two little, because in Banban 6 there was the two kids. It was implied they were his children, and then there's the entire city of City Ringian. And I'm willing to speculate because there's such thing as subcases, right? So like Captain Fiddles has subcases because there's a bunch of them. Opila Bird has subcases because of the chicks. Um, and I'm willing to also believe that the subcases for case 18 uh, is probably the naughty ones, just like the naughty ones in general. Um, I think for a speculation, I'm gonna leave it in blue. This one's red for right now because I don't know this one for certain, but the wiki says it, so I trust it, I guess. Okay, so for um, subcases, I'd want to put every character that looks like he's made out of Javanium. So characters, so the Javanium infants definitely. Um, oh wait, I think that's the boss actually, the boss from Part 7. I'll put all these characters here, but this is very speculative. Um, I just think if a character is like fully green, it probably means it's a creation of Syringian and would therefore be a subcase of Syringian. Also, that being said, the unnamed marionette, quote unquote, that we've been given teasers for or for part 5, I think that character might be a full like a Javanium creature made by Syringian. So in that case, I'll put him here. But this last part is big speculation because we haven't seen the character yet. So I'll put him in like a different color, I think, because he's still speculation, but it's more speculative, I guess. Um, the second easiest thing to talk about, I think, would be Nabnalina. Now, Nabnalina, she was introduced in Banban 3, and I believe it was hinted that, like, they didn't finish making her before the events of the game. Like, they were making her, and then the big event happened that, like, caused all the workers to just probably die. Probably die at the hands of all the creatures, mostly Nab Nab. So I would imagine Nabnalina was probably the last case they made because they brought the player in to finish up the work on that character. That being said, still very speculative. Still very speculative on that one. But that's kind of what I believe. Mr. Kebab Man. I don't think Mr. Kebab Man has a number. It's something I feel like I should consider. Um, but I don't know if Mr. Kebab Man is alive or not because he has a mural, right? Which makes me think he is a character. I don't know. I'll just put him down at the very bottom as a joke, but I don't think he has a case number. I don't think that's the case. Okay, so now we're getting into some harder speculation stuff. So I do believe that Flumbo is pre-Banban because when our first appearance of Flumbo, this was the blue Jaffa Banban I made fun of in a video a while back. Um, we actually did get our first teaser of him at the end of Banban 7, and basically he was on one of those wall murals with all the characters on it. However, there was like a Banban like taped over him. So it's like this is like an older mural that had Flumbo in it, but then Banban took his place. And Syringian might have had something to do with that. Now, one thing I do notice is that there is a space between Syringian and Banban. And Syringian is this mysterious character that's been hyped up. We know he does his own Juvanium experiments, apart from the human doctors. Um, so, him being earlier than Banban makes sense. But there's always been this big gap in between them, and I think that's a perfect place to put Flumbo. However, Flumbo might be even earlier than that. He might be case 2 or 3. Um, I think it's most likely that he is case 5. However, I would be willing to put him in 2 or 3 if we get more information on this in the future. So, with that being said, now we got some other stuff to talk about. We have Zolphius and we have the nanny. These are two very like mysterious characters that are, you know, we basically just see them. Zolphius is this big face that appears from the darkness, and then the nanny is like weird, I guess. I guess. Um, I'm probably gonna put them in spaces 2 and 3. Although, so like Zolphius, I'm pretty sure he's an early character. If Matt Pat's theory is correct, and that Zolphius was like a successful or an unsuccessful attempt to turn like to make a kid out of Juvanium or something, it makes sense that he'd be early. It makes sense that he's an earlier character anyway, because he's probably going to be the final boss or something. Um, and the nanny is like, a similar character to Zolphius. So I would want to put the nanny like in the same vicinity as Zolphius. Uh, so I'll put them there. Then we have these characters. Now, I mean, I can literally just put these characters anywhere. I'd say. I mean, because you got Tamataki and Chamataki, you got Katie Saurus, and then you have Jumbo Josh. No, Jumbo Josh could have been one of the earlier characters as well. I mean, if we read Flumbo's story and we find out something along the lines of, oh, he was the original Javanium creature, but Syringian wanted to get rid of him, so he made Banban. Then he's probably before Banban, and so this case 5 could actually be a good place to put Jumbo Josh. Um, and then we have this stuff. It I really couldn't tell. I really can't tell where all these characters would go. For now, I think I'll put Tamataki and Kittysaurus together, just because they fit in this jumble of characters right here. Um, I'll just put them here. Uh, that would make Jumbo Josh case 19, which I don't think I like. Uh, but then again, it really could be possible that the nanny is a newer character and that Jumbo Josh was one of the earlier characters, because that would make a lot of sense. It doesn't make a lot of sense for Jumbo Josh to be such a later character in the list. So, I don't know. I think I might swap Nanny and Jumbo Josh's placements if we get more information. But for now, this is just what I have. Um, and I could be very wrong about all of this. Again, if we get more cases, because I do think Namnalina is like the final one. That one's very strong. So, actually, I guess with the more speculative ones, I should do something like this, right? Should make them this color. I like Zolphius being case 2. I do like that. I like Zolphius being case 2. Uh, that is still very speculative, though, and it might not be. But I definitely think Flumbo is pre-Banban. I definitely think that's the story they're trying to tell right now. So, yeah, that's that's basically my speculation for right now, and I could be very wrong on all of this, but that's basically what I have.